So I have some flowers here, and well, I've had them for a while, and I guess just over time, well, look, to be honest, I think they might have been struggling a little bit from a lack of attention, a lack of love, a lack of water, perhaps. They're still beautiful, though. And if any of you have been struggling from a lack of any of those things, I'm sorry. But I'm here for you in any way that I can be. And I want to try to make up for it with maybe an excess of lines. That's my prescription as a doctor, self-proclaimed. It's as good as it gets in this case. So let's begin drawing. Here today in this drawing, we have well, just as always, a pen on paper. And believe it or not, I didn't really know where I was going with this one. That's just how I like it. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that's pretty standard. I like kind of getting lost in it. In some of these drawings, I feel a little bit more lost than others. Because in some cases, I start out with some weird nebulous idea in my head, and I follow it along okay. I cling to it at least a little bit, and I feel okay. But then in other cases, kind of like with this drawing, I start the drawing, I have enough of something in my head to start off of. Sometimes barely anything, like maybe this is what happened in this case. And then almost the whole drawing, I have no idea what's going on. And sometimes it's really frustrating because for the majority of the drawing, I don't like the drawing. I don't like how it looks. I don't like what's happening. But that's not, right? That's not that unremarkable because it's not a whole drawing. It's not finished, right? It's okay if it doesn't look like an amazing complete piece of art when it's only 1/3 or half or 7/8 done. Just kind of hang on, enjoy the ride, and sometimes when you're lost, drawing or otherwise, you end up going places you never would have gone otherwise if you had some sort of plan and followed a pre-planned route, right? Obviously, if you're on a road trip or walking through town, this can be very stressful. Or drawing. Probably not as bad as ending up in a bad part of town or something, but I just think it's cool. I don't think I ever would have drawn this drawing if I had tried to plan it out. Like something like this has never popped into my head. And when I started drawing, I think, ooh, what could I draw today? And I just kind of close my eyes, either mentally or otherwise, and I let all these weird little shapes and visions and stuff flit through my brain, kind of like a slideshow on fast forward. It's like, I'm trying to make a noise, like, kind of like that, right? And I see all these shapes. It's like really fast. And I try to just kind of cling on to one or two or 1,000 of them. Something that, some shape or idea that kind of thrills me just enough to get going. And in drawing like this, I wasn't hanging on to anything. I was out in uncharted territory, and because of that, I ended up in uncharted territory. And weirdly enough, if you were there on my Twitch stream, I didn't even like this one that much when it was completed, which is also okay. All right, I don't like a lot of my art when it's completed. Thankfully, I like the process of drawing, which is good, which is why I keep drawing. But one thing that made me like the drawing a lot more when it was finished was that I realized one thing that was making me not like it, which was the fact that I was afraid that other people wouldn't like it. That was the only reason why I wasn't enjoying it as much. And once I realized that was the reason why I wasn't liking the drawing, I started liking it so much more. It was kind of liberating. I was like, and I was a little bit disappointed in myself for even having that reason for disliking it. I'm like, come on, Peter. Are you doing this art for other people? Or are you doing this art because you like making art? Are you drawing because you love drawing and making things and the shapes and the lines and all this other stuff? And of course, I do it for other people too, right? I'm doing this for all of you because I want you to see. I like sharing it with you. I like seeing your comments and all that. There's lots of different sides to this coin. It's like a coin that's actually a D20 or something, right? There's not just one reason, but I guess I was just a little bit disappointed in myself for not liking a drawing almost completely just because I was afraid of what other people would think when they saw it. Like, people aren't gonna like this one? I felt like it was a weird, rare moment of crisp introspection. And after it was over, I loved the drawing. I loved it. And I was happy that I had sat there wandering about, lost in the paper, lost in my own mind. And I was happy with it. Anyways, just a couple thoughts. I'll see you later. I've got a bowl of granola and yogurt here, which I'm gonna eat. What's the difference between Greek yogurt and like regular yogurt? Because this Greek yogurt I think is vanilla flavored, but I don't know. And some regular yogurt is vanilla flavored. And I don't think this stuff is from Greece, because it's right here, and it wasn't in some weird, it wasn't on the international aisle, because there's an aisle that says international. It has all the stuff from like Taiwan and stuff, I don't know. Anyways, see y'all later. Goodbye.